So yeah, back for round 5, which I haven't put on the screen. There we go, round 5. Ian against David, and Ian gave David gave Ian the initiative in this round. Yeah, while they're doing that, let's have a quick look at this. The rankings after round 4. Anthony Yates still leading the pack. 4 victories, 1376 out of a possible 1600 MOV. Cole Brown, second place, who we saw play in round 2. He's still undefeated with 1,218. We've got Andrew Snowden, we've got Dan Slobodian, we've got Ian Kafka, we've got David Sutcliffe. There's the 2 players we're seeing right now. Jeff Ball, Ben Saunders. Jeff Ball we've already seen. Those are the undefeated players, the top 8. Then the Rebels start to come in with 1 loss. Jonathan Whelan, the highest ranked Rebel. Jason Denton, Martin Down, that's Lewis Whittam at 12th place. Stephen Christian, John Horan, Keremy Bellamy, and Ewan Farr. That's your top 16, and over on the other side you can see up into the top 32 there's a bit less scum going on, but still a hell of a lot. So out of all of the undefeated players, you're looking at 1 player that is not scum. 1 Imperial player, the highest ranked player is Imperial. All the other undefeated players are all scum. So let's put that back to the main camera while they get ready. I just got to quickly dip off.
I'm going to have a hand solo head. Forlom has a forlom head. Caleb has a nondescript Hispanic map. Yeah, that makes sense. 2-3 games a week. How long? Okay, so go. Shift the phase. Shall lead us off? Let's have some fun. It's a good idea. I'm going to see that.
So if I put them on the wrong ship, then choose them. I'll choose your one.
I'm going to have against the barrel. Yeah. One for Sutcliffe. Spain is going to stay close. Luke is going to be sending the ball to focus.
Basically, if he gets the shot, no matter what you want.
Okay. So didn't miss anything. Cool. Back from the toilet. Okay. Let's see if I can.
So I'm literally like, no, tile covers, they've got
I think I can hear someone saying my name. It might be an earphone. I don't know where it's wrong.
pull it out at the right time and maybe bouncing off.
So, a quad jumper taking a gentle one bank to the left. So much Palov Godal here today. There's like, I think I've seen Palov every single round. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have. And we got some really nice painted ships in this round as well. Ian Kafka.
I was pulled today.
Yeah, just. I'm a Hispanic man.
Messi, I believe.
So it's interesting how Ian is pushing Palov so far forward, whilst keeping Terok and Boba a little bit further back, and David's keeping a much more cohesive unit out of his squad. It's going to be interesting to see, is it that Palov's going to be able to get behind them? Ian Palov's going to be able to get behind them all?
Take a target lock action.
Yep. Yeah. Target locks. Drea onto Boba. Oh no, he's got both options, so.
will lock onto Tarot.
He locks onto Terra.
Okay. Energy activation. Power-ups out. Nothing else, I don't think. Yeah. That. And you'll fight. Yeah, we're going to go Tarot first. See what we've got.
So old Terra will be firing on.
Limit 3 power-ups. I'm going to go for the gun runner at 3. Yes, sir.
The Jakku Gunrunner, range 3.
I don't like gun runner. Almost like everyone on your team.
Gets a crit and 2 blanks. And we've got 2 evades.
My bobber. Same target? Yeah.
Bobber firing on the Jakku as well, from what I understand. A hit and a crit and a blank. Jakku. Yeah, obstructed, is it? 2 evades, so no damage there. Drea returning fire.
I'm going to focus stress. And I'm going to fire a proton on top of it.
Firing a proton torpedo. Gets 1, 2, 3, and a crit. After spending a focus, looks like there's 2 blanks and a focus. Spends the focus to save from 1, takes 2 and a crit. And it's a damaged NG. Let me update this stuff. This was for old Tarok.
Yep.
Points already on the board for David Sutcliffe, 30 points.
Range 3 for the rock. Primary. You've got 4 red dice. Yeah. Dice are rock.
And you're getting 2 hits.
4 green dice for me.
1 evade and a focus. Has to decide where he's going to spend the focus.
I think I can afford to take a damage.
And he takes the damage.
Down to my 3s. Fall on got anything? It's got a range 3 on bomber. I'll take it.
Full on attacking Boba Fett. Looks like 2 hits and a blank. And Boba rolls the 2 blank, the 2 evades.
Power. Yes, we'll try range 3 on there.
Pile range 3 on Tarok. Gets 2 blanks and a focus. And deciding whether or not he's going to spend that focus. Does. Hoping for that 1 lucky bad roll, but 3 natural evades, 4 dice. Means that Tarok is staying on the board for now. And I think this is the Jakku Gunrunner trying to just remove Tarok, hitting a crit, gets evade and focus. Looks like that's it. Tarok goes down with a loose stabilizer.
Yeah, clean up all the front.
They go back to dials.
If I do hand wrong again, I can't. The way the roll went out. It's the first time I've done it all day. Pressures of the stream.
Pressure of the stream. As you probably heard at the beginning of the match, Ian's birthday. It's Ian's birthday today. And so they decided to sing happy birthday to him at the beginning of Ray, and maybe that's got something to do with his t-shirt saying he's a victim. What's that one?
I'm going to make so much money off these ones. There's an article on the FFG page recording a load of
Yeah.
a lot of them. I reckon there's like a couple of 100,000 that are already on the ban list.
When this is what happens when you use procedurally generate. No, yeah, when you use procedural generation.
15 quadrillion possibilities.
Yeah.
I really want a phone rider. Have you sold out for them all?
At the same time, Bone Rider, it's somewhat. It's not that bad.
So there's
No, yeah, I've seen there's some really bad ones.
I've got 12 boxes coming next week.
So David being very methodical here with his planning. He's got a lot to risk. Doesn't want to be.
Side of this museum drones. So I'm safe, I can use.
And we're off. The Jack of Gun Runner moves 2 forward, 3 straight, and tractor beam, space tug of ray.
Well, I'm not measuring yet, so I'm not making enough. I think I'm range 1, but I don't think I'm range 1 in bullseye. And I don't want to give you one track to me to do exactly I'm going to track to beam you anyway, let's find out. I don't think I've got any. Let's find out. So you've got the range 1, but I think it's not locked in bullseye. Agreed. Have one track to beam token, fear that track to beam token.
Yeah.
Like Talon.
So how does that work? Double check. Choose a ship in your primary arc at range 1. That ship gains, right, because it's range 2 inside the bullseye arc. Okay. Fancy target lock.
All shields down.
Looks like he decided Palob's got to go. So once again, thank you everyone for joining us. Just as a quick information, if you've been watching all day, I apologise. You've probably heard this 100 times, but just to let you all know, this Nerf Herder event is the UK's most prestigious charity event. One of the prizes is a wrestling belt, similar to as a homage to the Steel Open, which I believe is now defunct. It's been going for 3 years. It's the 3rd edition, and previous champions have been Rasta Mace, who went on to win. Thank you very much, sir. There you go. Thank you. Who went on to win the European Open shortly afterwards, the European Championship shortly afterwards, and then last year's champion was Simeon Delapino, who we know went on to win the World Championship that year. So there's a very high pedigree of play at these tournaments, and the person who wins is tipped for greatness. They raised £2,000 for charity in the first year, £5,500 last year. hoping to top that even further this year. And how can you contribute to that from home? Well, you can send PayPal money to nerfherder@yahoo.com. Let me just quickly put the screen up that I've got, just to make sure, even though they are playing, just to make sure I'm not saying something that you all aren't. You're all going to make a mistake. You can see down the bottom right there, nerfherder@yahoo.com. And this weekend, the Twitch Prime subscriptions that we receive on the First Earth channel will be going straight to the charity, the Royal Hull Infirmary Children's Ward for the NHS. Carl's plan is to buy a whole bunch of new toys for them. So please do consider giving to either through PayPal or by using that Twitch Prime money, which is free for you. If you have Amazon Prime, you get some free tokens that you can give to Twitch channels of your choice every month. This costs you nothing. It comes included with your Amazon Prime subscription, and it goes a long way to helping. So every single Amazon Prime subscription we receive this weekend will be going straight to the Royal Hull Infirmary Children's Ward. You've got 2 hits and a crit from Boba. 1 focus and a blank. It's got to be Palob, yeah? Defending. Yeah, Palob takes a Panic Pilot. Crit. And yet more points on the board. This time in Ian's favour. So yeah, Panic Pilot, you gain 2 stress tokens immediately. I bet. Yeah, but he's got to flip the card face down afterwards. He's not done that yet.
Some super slot machines watching it once, fair enough. I hadn't played anything else. Give you my second shot.
So 2 hits, 3, I think maybe 4 even. 1 blank and an unknown. 2 blanks. Shield's gone. Plus structural damage. 1 hit and a structural damage crit. So Palob now rolling. Ian's Palob now rolling 1 fewer defense dice with only 1 hit point left. Not much that can be done here.
Range one out the side. Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
2 hits and a blank. It's a race to see who can get rid of Palob first, basically. He's rolled a focus. He's got to try and work out if he wants to spend that focus now. As he's triple stressed, it's going to take him a while before he's going to get any more. Spends it, takes just 1. Dueling Palobs down to 1 hit point each. And he target rocks to re-roll everything. Pretty much 4 blanks and a focus. 2 hits. Palob down. Desperate situation now for Ian. Going to be very difficult for him to recover from this. It's Cavill, not Drea. Yeah, so 2 focuses, uses the calculate, gets 1, and from an evade. And fall on shed stress onto Palob, who's already quadruple stressed. So why not?
Make your own like
He's on 2 wins. 2-3. He's out.
Someone's played really well without being stopped.
I'll wait till. No, yeah, go on. Yeah. No, I'll stay on the Pepsi for now. I'm not interested in making things desperate. Why won't that page load? Okay, where's? All right. So anyway, David is looking to close the noose on Bobber here. He wants to push his kill box. He wants to get. I mean, there's not much he's going to be able to do with Palo, but Cavill with a short maneuver or maybe a light bank, one-speed bank. Yeah, that's a good one. The reverse maneuver there from the Jakku Gunrunner, making it that Bobber's going to pretty much have to turn right to be able to avoid, and he's stressed, so he's not got any white. All of his turns are white. Blue maneuvers. I've just been asked if I could put something that's on stream that's not scum. Not much of an option, really, when you look at the undefeated players as being 8 scum and 1 imperial. Maybe if we could convince Chris Brown to update Cryodex to show me the factions on the screen as well, then maybe I'd be able to be a bit more flexible. Right now, I'm just going off names. And I need to, yeah, cool. So yeah, that block worked perfectly. And he's got structural. No, he's not got any damage on Bobber. What am I talking about? There's no active crits. Ciao. Thank you. They really fill them up. I've got that dorsal turret out of arc. He's rolling extra dice. Proton torpedoes and solo. Eh? As a gunner, right? Okay. What just happened there? I thought I saw him put the card down. Okay. So Cavill from Bobber, he gets 3 rerolls. Gets 2 a crit and doesn't spend the focus. And Cavill rolls 1, so 2 and a crit on Cavill. What's the crit? Structural damage as well. So -1 agility. So Cavill's not rolling any more dice on defense, but the question is how long is Bobber going to be able to make use of that? If Bobber could somehow get out of this round relatively unscathed, then there might be an option in there, but no, free. Yeah, free. So loses 3 shields. Four on now attacks. 1 and a crit and a focus. Rerolls 1. There we go. Rerolls the blank. He's got the focus token, spends it, only takes 2.
So shield, dice, damage and crit. Shield, no move.
Panic Pilot.
He loves that one. And then Palom's got shot.
And Palob fires on Bobber as well. This has been a bad turn. This is where the game's ending for him. If he could have got lucky here, but like a range 1, what are you going to do? He's going to take such a pounding from those dice.
Fall on. Got inside her one.
At least he didn't do any damage. A Forlom's ability sends the stress onto Bobber. And stress tokens stack up on Bobber.
You've just reduced the number of options you have next turn for no reason.
I gave myself the win, didn't you? Good. Every time I think, did I put that in the right context?
Not many options here for Ian. I mean, he put his dial down pretty quickly. He's certain of what he's got to do. And like I say, there's no real options for him. He's probably got to try and pull a free bank and try and leapfrog over the ships here to make sure he's able to prevent getting blocked again. He wants to make sure it's a long maneuver. So he doesn't get any damage from the rock. Forlom uses advanced senses to barrel roll to the left.
Still not going to be your races.
I'm only good at reading the medium base. Really weird.
I need another stress test.
Did he calculate?
I'll have to fix them out. I have like a backup bag. My horse. Look at that. I can clear one of his stress.
You can't even remember Will. What?
Take the stress token off. Put it from there. Give you that back. So you're going to start solving our logistic problem. Your balance.
I don't know. Let's have a go. I was like, number 2 put me too close to him. I was like, oh, it's going to be close.
It was a 2-turn, huh? Interesting. I don't think he blocked it.
There's another person in the room.
Two bank, because of our 4 is loose.
Yeah.
Put my stress and move my arc. How does it feel what's going on? My bobber, fight.
Yeah. So Bobber firing on Palo. Desperate to get him off the board. Would that have been the best option? Range 3, really? Oh, he's just trying to get some points, basically. Although I think he would have done better trying to get Cavill down to half. 2 hits, 3 yeah, because 2 evade. Cavill! Fire Cavill, he's got structural damage, he can't roll evade.
Travel will focus stress. My dorsal, that'll be range 2, so 3 red dice.
Cavill. 2 hits against 2 evade blanks. So
I think you might have both.
he's gonna re-roll at least 1, 2. Different dice, gets 2 focuses, can't focus, doesn't go focus. 1, 2 damage more onto Bobber. That panic pilot can be flipped down now, but he's keeping it for now. And you've got a hit, a crit, and blank 2 with the focus. He gets blank, re-rolls, gets another one, and that's the end of the game. Wow, that's a pretty quick one. Well done, David. Yeah, I mean, basically took him apart. Just took a scalpel to him, basically, for very little damage received. Didn't lose any ships, just half points on Palob Gadalhi, and it was really lucky that Palob managed to stay alive. But yeah, wicked game. It's a really good game.
We've got half of Palo, and that's it.
Have a chat with Carl if you want to drop us, let me know.
Okay, Ian, happy birthday.
Thank you.
You were going really well. You were doing 3-1. You were 4-0,
yeah.
and now you're 5-1. 4-1, yeah, sorry.
We'll get there.
Okay. You just need one more victory, okay, to be able to guarantee a spot in the top.
Yes.
Yeah, which isn't beyond all reason. It's been going good for you so far.
Yeah.
In this case, this game pretty much went downhill for you quickly, huh?
Yeah. Game of centimeters. I got initial engagement possibly wrong, but it's also a dice game, and the dice just went. we've been kind to you earlier today.
Yeah, there was definitely an element of that.
Don't fancy it right now, guys.
There was definitely a very strong element that there was that the dice were going against you. Yeah,
and like, it's a dice game. I know that. I can't get too annoyed. Yeah.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Just that, basically.
Get a drink and go again next round.
Is it your list is pretty much the Bobber and Palob we've seen a lot of.
Yes.
Old Terok we've not seen so much of.
Yeah.
What is it? What's your thinking there?
I love Fangs,
Yeah.
as you can see by the fact he's painted.
Yeah.
At the end of 1.0, I was flying Boba Fenn an awful lot. 2.0, I've struggled a bit with Fen Rao. He's not got the survivability he had in 1.0, obviously.
Okay.
But I still love the Fang, and I love the chassis.
Okay.
I tried the Forlom that a lot of people are doing.
Yeah.
And I've tried flying Guri in the list as well, as a skinnier Guri.
Yeah.
But again, Guri's just such a high skill level that I haven't had time to get the practice in with her.
Yeah.
And Forlom is not my style of flying.
Yeah,
So
you were already accustomed to
Fangs,
Star
yeah.
to Fang Vipers, to Fangs,
to Fangs.
before moving over to second
Yeah.
edition, so it was a much easier transition.
Yeah,
for you.
and at the start of second edition, I was playing Boba Fenn as a 2-ship build.
Right.
Fat Boba and a Fen Rao.
Okay.
So then the transition from Fen to Terok for me was fairly easy.
Yeah.
And then just having that 2 PS5 chips so that I can, in other games today, I've been moving Boba and Terok at alternate, not the same one each, in the same order each round.
Yeah.
And the flexibility again with the shooting, if one of them's got 2 targets, one of them's got 1, I can.
Okay.
It's that much more flexible for me as a player.
Right. Cool. And in this case, is it is it? Do you think it was only the dice? Have you been outplayed a little bit by David in this case, or
The dice is a big.
the dice had a lot to do with it?
Possibly I came in a bit too hot at the start, and maybe I turned when I did the 3 bank in with Bubba. I was toying with doing the 3 bank out.
Yeah, because what I did notice is how you let Palob take off.
Yes,
To begin with.
I like to do that.
Okay.
I like to almost cause a pincer movement and go and let my opponent go, ooh, what am I going to go for? And a lot of the time today, my opponent has gone for Palob. David didn't in that game, and that was big for him.
Yeah.
People will often go after Palob,
Yeah.
and that means that I've got my 2 heavy hitters effectively going, right, we're going to have some fun here, lads.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
it makes a big difference.
Okay.
But yeah, dice
Excellent.
and dice.
Awesome. Okay. Well, good luck with your last match.
Thank you
okay.
very much.
Thank you for appearing on stream.
Cheers.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Well done.
Thank you.
That was a pretty quick and pretty strong win for you, huh? Because you've ended up only losing 26 points from Palob, and that was it.
Yeah, I feel like it was when everything went so badly for Ian that could possibly have gone wrong.
Can you try and move a little bit closer? Sorry, it's just like we're really small space, and we do what we can.
Yeah, I feel really bad for Ian. Like that game was so quick, and like if you'd rolled 100 dice, I don't think he could have rolled an evade.
Yeah.
So everything that I threw went through with crits.
Oh yeah, pretty heavy as well. Yeah.
It was so rough for him.
Yeah. Excellent. And did you think it was like going to be such an easy matchup for you, or are you saying it's like 100? It's like the dice was such a big factor.
The dice were a massive factor.
Yeah.
I've only started playing the list today. This is the first time that I played it. And I think 4 or 5 games in, I'm getting a feel for it. So the first 3 rounds, the list just pulled me through. I was playing, making so many mistakes.
Yeah.
It was pulling me through. Round 4, round 5, I think I got a handle on it. I'm not scared of Fangs. I think I can nail them. I think I've got too much control. I think once I get past him, I've got too many guns for Palob. I'm getting close. He's only got 2 green dice. I can burn him down. Bobber can be a real problem.
Yeah.
So I knew that I had to get through the other 2 with a lot to be able to take Bobber down. If Bobber's down against 2 of my guys, he probably tables those 2 off.
Cool. Excellent. Okay. Wicked. So now you're pretty much guaranteed a spot in the top as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's,
because,
that's an unexpected delight and an
5
unexpected
wins.
problem. Because I had not cleared with the good wife that I will be back tomorrow.
Oh. Okay.
So yeah, there might be a phone call he's making.
Okay.
Yeah, she might need to find something to do tomorrow.
Okay, well, we'll have to wait and see, huh? But even so, it's definitely an achievement. You've definitely got that far. You're qualified for top already. Regardless of what happens in the next round, you might lose, and get yourself a little bit further down the table. But for now, you've got a spot.
Yeah, that was a round where the pressure was really on.
Yeah.
Partly it was the bubble for day 2.
Yeah.
And it was on the stream. Now it's just whatever happens. I'm in the next day anyway, so
Yeah,
I can just take it. And it's about learning the list. Another game for me.
And what we're going to say as well is, is that people might know you for the blog that you write for the community as well.
Yeah.
And as I said to you yesterday, contrary to popular opinion, I do like to promote blogs, and like even going back as far as European Championships when Phil GC came on, make sure that he talked about his blog and gave people that were watching a chance to go check it out. So if you just want to let them know and what sort of thing you write about.
Yeah, I write the blog Stay on the Leader, which has been around for a few years now. And started right. My very first blog was, "Hey, did you know that a 1-forward template was the same length as a ship base?" So we started like right at the very bottom.
Yeah.
And I've been on a real journey with it. But yeah, it's a blog that a lot of people like. My buying guides for first edition.
Yeah, they were very popular, huh?
They were massive, more than anything else. I mean, I think the Rebel one got like 100,000 views or something.
Yeah.
And it's the one that consistently people go, "Oh, you're David Sutcliffe. Your buying guides were really, really helpful for me."
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's so good that
because it got to a point where there was so much stuff that someone coming into the hobby was just like, "What do I get?"
Yeah, if you walk up to the X-Wing wall, and it's literally a wall of X-Wing and different ships, you're like, how the hell am I going to navigate this? Particularly in 1.0 when we knew that you buy an A-Wing and you've not got an A-Wing.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
need to go and get a card from over here and a card from over here and a card from over here. And really navigating that web, how
absolutely.
you actually put something on the table that actually gives you a game,
Yeah.
was what it really gave people.
Is it something that you're thinking about revisiting with second edition? Because obviously the whole thing with the conversion kits and stuff like that makes it a lot more complicated, huh, for new players?
I have there's a first draft of it saved down on the blog that went out of date almost immediately after this went, oh, by the way, there's another 4 factions.
Yeah.
I've tried writing it and rewriting it about 3 or 4 times now. And every time that I get like halfway through, 3/4 through, I'm about to finish it, FFG trickle another little bit of information back in. Like, oh, now here's what this faction's going to do. Oh, by the way, there's Clone Wars factions coming now. By the way, now it's not 2nd edition format. It's going to be this hyperspace thing, and we still don't know what's in it. So I don't want to put something in and give people bad advice.
Yeah, exactly.
So at the moment, I'm sitting on it.
Yeah.
To the point where it settles, I know what's in hyperspace, and I can say, buy this shit, either because it's good, because we don't know whether the points are going to change, and they're going to change. So I can't say, buy Redline, because he's really good, because in a month, 6 weeks' time, he might not be.
All indications are that no.
All indications are he's going to get worse. But I also feel like I can't say, you should definitely buy TIE Bombers, because they're really good, because they might not be in hyperspace format. So I think we need to. I understand why FFG have trickled it out. They can keep people interested and not feed the market too much. But at the same time, it makes it difficult for me to tell people what they should do.
Exactly. I've got concerns about the whole hyperspace thing and stuff like that, limiting the number of ships and updating the points once every 6 months and stuff like that. But then also, there's like things like we got to think about is that. I think there's certain stuff that from pressure from above that they're not going to be able to do. For example, there's always going to be X-Wings. They're never going to fade X-Wings out. They'll probably cripple them, right? But I can't see them being able to pass it past Disney that like we're not going to use X-Wings this year.
I don't know how much I ever believe the story that Disney are trying to like micromanage X-Wing. I think we're a blip on their balance sheet. But I think you're right about things like X-Wings that are iconic. I don't think FFG probably want to get rid of X-Wings, even if they did, because the game is called X-Wing. You can't get rid of TIE Fighters. God, please bring us TIE Fighters. Because every time you see TIE Fighters on the table, you go, oh yeah, it's a Star Wars game.
I mean, that's the whole thing. That was the whole thing of that. The problem they had with the Jumpmaster meta, wasn't it? Was that, and that article came out about saying like, fly what you like, stuff like that. And it was basically the fact that it was getting. This was when and. Contrary to what you've just said, you'd be surprised how hands-on Disney are, or rather Lucasfilm
you know better than me.
I do know a guy who works with them in San Francisco, but the thing is it's like because they want to see everything do better as well, and they do put even like and talking about from a Star Wars collector's point of view, even for people that are like making like underwear lines, and
their brand is in it. A lot of people's hands.
And they do have not that they micromanage it, but there is a lot of stuff that they are heavily involved in. And like for example, it's like when they announced 2.0 and they brought in those 2 guys from Lucasfilm, the girl, the woman, and the guy. And there's something about what you're saying is true. For example, the woman, it was pretty obvious she had no clue about what was going on. It was like the first show, I'm so happy that there's subtitles, and it's like, really? What do they do? It's just like, what's new in this version, so I can say, and they're like, oh well, we got this, and like, oh right, okay, that's going to be my thing, and but there is like a definite effort to make sure that they keep things Star Wars, and they don't want too much of the expanded universe, and that's basically why. I mean, FFG kind of had their opinion that it was like they weren't going to go Clone Wars era ever, but Star Wars knows that they've got younger fans. That for the Clone Wars it's a big thing, even though for the older fans it's terrible, and even the majority of fans admit it wasn't the best part, but there are younger fans that are still completely in love with that stuff.
I am of an age where I don't like to be reminded that the Phantom Menace exists. I understand that I am of an age.
Absolutely.
And there is a whole generation coming in 20 years behind me. That is their Star Wars.
Exactly.
And they've got every right to it just as much as I have to mine.
Exactly.
And I move a little bit in that world. So I've worked for other games companies in the past. I've worked with their marketing departments. And in my day job, I work for a cinema company, and I work with our marketing department. So I understand how they're going to think, and how to an extent, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
All right. Just please give us TIE Fighters. Please, I want those murder H's on the table. Let's get rid of all these bombs and get rid of them.
It's funny, isn't it? And then you've got like the problem with the TIE Fighter at the end was like, this is the whole thing about the points balancing. The problem with the TIE Fighter at the end of first edition was it was completely unplayable. So what's the solution? We drop the points of TIE Fighters. Can you do that? Can you get it to the point where you're allowed 9 ships in the list?
Yeah, and I mean I think we know that there's really only one card that's properly holding them out, which is Trajectory Simulator. It's also a card that unfortunately I really like. I know that a lot of people in the community hate it, but I like bombs.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like
And
I like the positioning element to them, and
Yeah.
and it's, really there's only in the whole history of the game been 2 cards that get bombs on the table, and that's Advanced Slam and Trajectory Simulator, which are unfortunately 2 of the most hated cards
Yeah,
because they
absolutely.
get bombs onto the table.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get rid of it, but I think it's
kind of
they're
like,
in a real bind.
It's kind of like the situation is if bombs can only be dropped one behind you, their use is very limited.
you die
And,
before
and
you
it's the
get
same as proton torpedoes or ordnance was before Jump Masters came out. They spent waves trying to make ordnance viable, and it just got to the point where they was just like, let's just go crazy, and it went too far. And because everything they were trying to do incrementally wasn't working.
They weren't hitting the key problems.
Yeah.
I think with bombs, the problem is that unless you can get past the opponent, they're dead. Like my list is a really good example. So the Cavil in my list.
Yeah.
I've been trying really hard to not play Cavil because I understand that that's what guys expect.
Yeah.
And I've got a Sol 6er version with Proxy Mines and Treble Zero, but the problem is I never ever get to drop the Proxy Mines.
Yeah.
Because I have to get past you, and then Sol 6 is melted, or is in the wrong position, or you know that they're going to drop. So they're a really cute idea that don't work.
Yeah.
Unless I can kick.
And then
them
the
out front.
situation is that if they're not going to work, what's the point of having them in the game space?
Yeah, I love Trajectory Simulator, and I think the problem isn't Trajectory Simulator. I think the problem is the bomb mechanics.
Yeah.
And maybe they need to find a way of nerfing what bombs do.
Yeah.
Cycle some new bombs in. That hyperspace format is a great way to do this. Cycle new bomb cards in. They've got different mechanics. Get rid of the old ones. Get rid of proton bombs. Give us the new ones, and we can enjoy Trajectory Simulator. Maybe bring Advanced Slam back and actually play bombs that aren't like the NPEs that they have been.
Absolutely. Okay, excellent. Thank you. It was a nice chat.
Thank you.
Good luck with the next round, and good luck with your wife.
I need more luck with the wife.
Okay, bye, David. Okay, that's it for round 5. There's going to be a prize draw now, or shortly, and then we'll be back for round 6. I may end up disconnecting. Oh no, do you know what I can do? I will live stream the prize draw over on YouTube, which is going to get me in some trouble. But yeah, I think I can do that.